All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we're going to talk about what were we talking about? Tesla has lowered the price of the Model 3 and the Model Y on the website, lowered the price on the website, but it's not what you want and it's not what you think. So we're going to talk about it, plus a variety of topics, just making sure the audio works. But before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got, let's see, drumroll at the bottom. We've got Tucker, Victor. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. But let us take a look at this. So this was actually, it's not a price drop, anything like that. So anybody that's out there, if you joined in because you're looking or expecting a price drop, sorry, spoiler alert, it is not that. But Tesla has changed the starting price of some of their vehicles, at least what they're showing after the tax credit. So shout out to Sawyer Merritt. He posted this quote: "To better educate potential customers on how affordable the Model 3 and the Model Y have become, Tesla now displays the starting price after federal tax credit on the ordering pages. Starting price of the Model 3 is $32,740. And the Model Y is $39,990. But of course, there's always been a hack. There has been an inventory hack. If you want a lower price, lower than these Tesla prices on the website at whatever build there actually is right here, you can actually go to waitingfortesla.com, take a look at any of the inventory that is actually out there, and get an added extra $2,400 to even almost $6,000 discount. Of course, before you do that, please consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use our Tesla referral code, you can get 1,500 Tesla credits, which then translate to 500 supercharger miles. So the process is, first click open the link down below in the description first, the Tesla referral code, then go to waitingfortesla.com, find some of these vehicles that are in your area with an added extra discount, then click reserve. You'll see a green check mark posted onto the page, which then shows that you qualify for the referral credit. And on top of that, it looks like they've changed this as well. They've added this nice fancy blue box that shows in higher detail, or I guess sticks out to most people, that there is a $7,500 federal tax credit on the Model 3 and the Model Y. And if you don't know how that tax credit works, if you don't know how you can actually take advantage of it, there's plenty of videos. We just released a video earlier today or yesterday talking about how the schematics or the tax credit is explained and how it actually works. And I feel like we're going to be doing that a lot more, because there's a lot of confusion out there on the federal tax credit, how it actually works and which part of like when you actually get it, and also if you even qualify as an individual for yourself. But it basically is 100% has to do with how much tax liability you actually is due at the end of the year, and it really has everything to do with how much income you actually make as a W-2 income earning individual. And so I've got this smart asset calculator that you can also use as well down below in the description. You can place your income in it and see, toggle with some of the stuff to see what and how much, to see how much federal tax credit you actually pay through every single paycheck for a total bucket amount at the end of the year. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Tesla has now updated the different websites, and you can see right here on the page, if you scroll down just a little bit, or if you just hit like Tesla Model Y, for instance, you can see there is new pricing. Model Y now starts at $39,990 after a tax credit, of course, as long as you as qualifies for an individual yourself. And you can see there's even review eligibility where you can take a look at it. But of course, there's plenty of videos on YouTube, but I would also recommend talking to a CPA so that you can actually make sure to see if you actually qualify. So right here, you can see on the page right here, Model Y, $39,990. And this is an interesting step that they're doing, right? They're basically trying to make their website stand out a little bit more and show how how cheap or inexpensive these Tesla vehicles are. You can see right here on the website for the Model 3, the price is $32,740 after the tax credit. So they're lowering it. I bet very, 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 very soon we're going to see these prices also reflected and adjusted as well. We're going to see, you can see they've got like a potential price after the price savings, but they're going to try and highlight that a lot more at the end of the day. That's my prediction. I feel like they're trying to re-educate customers to really show that their vehicles are inexpensive, especially the Model 3 and the Model Y. But if you are a follower of the channel, you know the different hacks on how to get an added extra discount, a true discount, not a federal tax credit, one that you file for next year. And that's where you can go to websites like waitingfortesla.com, find different discounts and vehicles out there that are near you around there, and that's where you can go ahead and take advantage of a deal. But of course, if you're looking to take advantage of this full federal tax credit now and you want a lower payment now instead of waiting for the $7,500 when you file for your taxes next year, that's where channel sponsors like Tenet come into play. Tenet is a Tesla approved financing partner, and they allow you to get a lower monthly payment because during or within the loan they allow you to defer a certain amount, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit all the way to the end. So that results in a lower monthly payment, and they can do this because they work with credit unions and banks to get you a better deal at the end of the day. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description, and thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of videos this month. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. Tesla, I guess, is going in a different direction now. They're trying to also do big price decreases and also highlight the after federal tax credit prices. I really feel like they need to update this website of some sort. I really feel like, you know, there's websites like we always go to smartasset.com, where smart asset income calculator, where we can place all our different situations and stuff like that there. Maybe Tesla should just hire a CPA or something like that and put it on their website saying like, hey, talk quickly to a CPA, talk about your situation. Because if you think about it, right, we've got this changing of the IRA tax credit next year when it potentially will be point of sale, and Tesla will have to line item discount that at the point of sale. And if you think about it, for Tesla to be able to do that, they might have to ingest some of your tax returns or to some of your income statements to see if you actually qualify as an individual yourself, or maybe they'll just leave it up to the customer and say, hey, do you qualify or not? There's going to be a discount or not, and will the IRS claw it back or not at the end of the day? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I really feel like if Tesla wants to take this to the next level, or maybe they don't, maybe they just want to highlight that there's a $7,500 federal tax credit, show the lower pricing for all the different vehicles, and then just try and get people to take advantage of it at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best financing rate. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back. A couple of channel announcements on the channel. We've got a giveaway tomorrow. So sponsored by RIVIAN right here. We've got this mystery box. We're going to be giving away this. It is an accessory for a Tesla Model Y. So if you're interested in winning this accessory from RIVIAN's got Model 3 and Model 3 accessories on their page. So I mean, we might even convince them to give away something else as well. But you got to, of course, be subscribed to the channel and check in or tune into tomorrow's live stream, so that you could potentially win this Tesla accessory right behind us. So definitely hit that subscribe and join in on that. But we've also got another giveaway. If you're interested in 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, go to our community page on our YouTube channel. Scroll down to this post right here. This is where you can enter in to win 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, sponsored by Jason at OC Tint Solutions in Anaheim, California. Of course, you must be willing to travel to OC Tint Solutions so that you can go ahead and redeem your 3M ceramic tint for your Model 3, Model Y, S, or even X. Welcome in, everyone. Krishna or Akshay, welcome in. Gav, welcome in. We'll certainly get to the live stream comments, but let's run through some of these topics really quick. What else we got? In this next topic, another Model 3 Highland Project Refresh prototype has been spotted again. So we'll take a look at it and see what we can actually piece from this and see what is actually different, because this one has one huge thing that makes it a lot different than the other ones they've seen. All the other ones have been black, and this one actually is blue. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Amorid on Instagram and also Black Model 3 for highlighting it. Here is the new latest spotted Model 3 Project Highland. We can tell because the front of the bumper is covered up massively, and also the rear of the vehicle is also massively covered up. But this, I guess, seems to be some sort of maybe performance variant, because we've got red brakes. You can see it right here that is shown very, very clear. And also we've seen a newer rim that we've never seen ever before. At least I have never seen. And you can see someone's driving it on, and then of course the cameras, the all black trim, so they're keeping all of that. And then of course the front of it is very, very covered up, and we can kind of see some of the newer headlights through the back here. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. This seems to be a 19-inch rims as noted by here, but this one doesn't seem as cool as the black one. Maybe they shouldn't be driving this blue one as much. Black one seems way, way cooler, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topics, but definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. All right, what else we got? We'll certainly get to all the live stream comments, because that's the benefit, right? You can come in here, ask anything you want, and then we'll certainly get to it at a certain point. Let's see, what else? But in this next topic, another manufacturer has now joined the charging race and joining Tesla. And this time it is General Motors, or GM, joining the NACS charging group for Tesla. So let me know what your thoughts on it, because it seems like 2024, 2025, both Ford and GM will now be joining and to be eligible to that they can use Tesla chargers. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to F the Pump. He posted this. Heads are exploding all over. CCS the best. Oh wait, now we told you that NACS, the Tesla standing charger, is coming, and GM and also Ford are now going to be adopting this. Of course, the CEO Maribara is going to get on a Tesla Spaces later, or Twitter Spaces later today, so we can see what they actually say. But the things that I've seen so far, it looks like of course Tesla superchargers will be opening up to all GM vehicles, and the dates I've seen is going to be like 2025, so we could be a little bit of whiles away. But of course in 2024, probably both Ford and GM will be open to be using the Tesla superchargers by using an adapter. So hopefully Tesla will be ramping up more Tesla supercharging locations so that it won't get as packed, especially in places like California. There's plenty of superchargers, but there's also plenty of Tesla vehicles, and so it certainly gets packed at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is the Patreon link, or support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, Krishna, welcome in. Gav, they lowered prices. They lowered prices on the Tesla website. They've adjusted it just a little bit, and they're factoring in the $7,500 federal tax credit into their new lower price. A little bit of a bait and switch a little bit, because they're showing a lower price. I don't even know if is this even illegal at the end of the day. Can they do this? I mean, they've labeled it correctly, right? Starting after tax price or anything like that, but who knows? Waiting for EQ end of quarter discounts and incentives. Yeah, maybe just another week. My guess is next Thursday there's going to be some sort of added extra incentive. So we'll certainly be keeping our eyes out there for it. Open out there. Matthew, any answers or info regarding whether Model Y with hardware 4 or the current Model Ys with hardware 4? It seems like the Fremont is producing a lot of Model Ys with the hardware 4 already. Austin Model Ys, it seems to be more sporadic, so you could still get hardware 3.0, but hardware 4 is delivering on Model Y specifically, and you can reject or even place your vehicle on you place your order on hold and reject a vehicle and wait for another one. So that is possible right now. I mean, it certainly might change at the end of this month because it is the end of the quarter, and Tesla gets really antsy and they don't really like people pushing off their order at the end of the quarter. So we'll see. US, how long do you think the Model 3 prices will keep dropping? Going by at this rate, July will be the better than June and you can keep waiting? Or do you think end of quarter is still the best time? End of quarter is always going to be best time relative. But if you can wait all the way till September, of course, that's the next end of quarter, and then maybe even December, because December is really when they pull out all the stops because it's the year end, and they've got a big number to hit by the end of this year, 1.8 million vehicles globally. So they could pull out even more stops by the end of it. So I would love to tell you that June is going to be best time, but it's going to be the best time within the next past 3 months. Akshay, with more partnerships, I'm only worried with Tesla losing its MVP, their exclusive charging network. I wouldn't like waiting for a Mach-E taking up the space. Well, the good thing with the Tesla supercharging network, yes, you might have to wait a little bit, but Tesla has really got a good hold on it by charging idle fees, and those idle fees can be like $1 a minute or something like that. So people usually don't leave their vehicles in those spots because of worry of just getting billed massively from the charging network. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but you never know at the end of the day. In this next topic, we're going to pivot really quickly to Cybertruck because there's a little bit of Cybertruck news, including how much production, and we finally have a date this year in the next couple months on when we might expect a first truck to actually be released. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best behind Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Electric. Tesla plans for 375,000 Cybertrucks per year, and we'll have release candidates by late August. It seems like they've told suppliers, Tesla suppliers, part suppliers, that they're going to be producing 375,000 Cybertrucks per year. Of course, there's probably going to be some sort of slower ramp. And another thing that they've noted is that there's going to be the first, what they're calling Project Everest for this vehicle. So there's Project Highland, there's Project Juniper, and the Cybertruck is Project Highland. But the one thing they've noticed and that they said is that according to the communications to its suppliers, Tesla is planning to have its first Cybertruck release candidates at the end of August. End of August is only really 2 months from now. So are you excited? I'm definitely excited. Hopefully we can get on the list very, very early. I'm going to use some of our Tesla credits to enter into the raffle to see if we can, fingers crossed win, because that would be pretty crazy if we were able to win and or buy a Tesla Cybertruck very, very soon. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. And this is interesting. This goes into the pricing talk a little bit, because this is actually coming out finally, because in other news, in other electric truck news, other manufacturers are sort of starting to have a little bit of a demand problem. You can see right here, Ford F-150 Lightning wait times for the XLT trim have shrunk and reservations are no longer needed. I've seen certainly headlines and I've seen other ads that the F-150 has no markup at all, and you can easily get one for MSRP. And then on top of that, we've got the R1T, Rivian's version, that you can basically get an R1T within the next couple of weeks, because there is plenty of R1Ts also available for sale. We got a Rivian on order, but unfortunately you cannot build it less than $87,000. I'm hoping for like a $70,000 one at the end of the day, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the last topic, which there's a bunch of money you can save on that last topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is the Patreon link for support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, what else we got? Let's see. We put a poll out there earlier today, And I asked the question because we talked about range anxiety the other day, and I asked, what does range anxiety mean to you? And look at this. Wow, very interesting. An overwhelming 39% said not enough range for road trips. 9% said not enough chargers. 12% said not enough fast chargers. And all the above, of course, 30%. That really makes a lot of sense because range anxiety is a mixture of things. But I guess also at the end of the day, range anxiety could mean different things for different people at the end of the day as well. We also asked this the other day, Model Y reservation holders, would you consider a Model Y with hardware 3.0, basically older technology? 41% said no. 20% said yes, and then of course 23% only if it had a $2,500 to $3,500 discount. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But if you're just joining in, Tesla has updated their website, and there are now lower prices on the Model Y and Model 3. You can see Model Y now says $39,990 after tax credit. Of course, that's if you qualify as an individual yourself. And if we go to the Model 3 section, you can see it starts at $32,740 after tax credit. But if you're a follower of the channel, you know how to get better deals on inventory vehicles, and that's where you can go to waitingfortesla.com, find inventory vehicles that are actually out there, and get an added extra discount. But before you do that, definitely make sure to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you click the link first and then you make sure to get the check mark, which then shows the green check mark that it's attached to your order, then you can get potentially 1,500 loot box credits, which then translates to 500 supercharging miles. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We got one last topic. And this next topic, this is just for California buyers, but there's actually a way legitimately to get $15,000 in state credits off of your electric vehicle. This is on top of the federal EV tax credit one. And of course, this is California only. And this is actually a combination of two state level programs that actually says you can stack both of them. So we'll take a look at them and see, so you can see for yourself if you actually qualify. But because it's $15,000 off a vehicle that's priced at $37,000 right now, that is what, almost 50%, 40% off, which is pretty insane at the end of the day. So we'll definitely take a look at it. And also shout out to Robert for showing me this yesterday. He was a Patreon member that we got on a call and hashed it out, and he actually showed me that there is actually another program where you can get an extra $7,500 off. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best financing rates. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. So let me walk you through this very, very quickly, right? So we've got the Model 3 right now where they just updated the price on their website down to $32,740. But the Model 3, which also qualifies for a $7,500 federal tax credit, starts at $40,240. But on inventory vehicles, you can get as low as $37,830 with a $2,400 discount. So if you're following so far, there's a $7,500 federal tax credit, and then now there's an inventory $2,410 discount. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you probably already know that there is a CVRP program which gets you anywhere from $2,000 to $7,500 on top of that. And this is even better than the federal tax credit because you get a check in the mail at the end of the day to get after purchasing your vehicle. But the thing with the $7,500 enhanced version is that you have to be a low income qualifier to actually make theirs. So of course, there could be business owners that don't necessarily, that write off a lot, that could be in this threshold, but you can see right here, there's an increased rebate for low to moderate income levels. So if you're a household size of one, and you basically have to make lower than $54,360, or maybe if you're married and have 3 kids, if your combined income is less than $111,000, then that actually might work for you at the end of the day, because we could actually put this in. So let's say we put in $111,000. Married, your tax liability is actually around $9,956. So if you're a married couple, you make $111,000. Of course, this is a rough, oversimplified math because I'm probably not adding kids into here or something like that. Then you could potentially, if you're married with 2 kids, you could qualify for the $7,500 federal tax rate, and you can also qualify for the increased CVRP for California of $7,500. But wait, there is actually one more program that you can stack on that. So right now we've got the inventory discount for the Model 3 at $2,410. We've got the federal tax credit of another $7,500. When you file for it, you get it next year. Then we got the CVRP program of $7,500 on top of that. But the last program that actually exists in the California market that you can actually get is what's called the CVAP. So CVAP has limited funding right now, but if you take a look at it, the process is very, very similar. It's a little bit more strict in a sense that you must apply first, and you also must live in a lower income disadvantaged community. But if you actually qualify for that, depending on your household size as well, you can also get another $7,500 check for buying a Tesla. So you can see right here, we hit the yes, we hit the 4 people on it, and you're lower than the whatever, then you can see it says $7,500 battery electric vehicle check in the mail or grant on top of that. So I don't even know what to add all that up, because that's literally $7,500 plus $7,500 plus $7,500 on top of that, plus an inventory discount. You could potentially get, if you swing all the numbers right, you can potentially get a Model 3 at a purchase price for $12,920 before taxes, fees, and anything like that. Of course, that's 3 different programs that you have to qualify for, which can be very, very hard at the end of the day. But if you've got a bigger family and you have lower income in that threshold and you live in that area, you might actually be able to qualify for all of those programs. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. If you do place an order and if this video helped you, please consider using our Tesla referral code down below in the description as well, so you can get some extra 500 Tesla supercharging miles. You got to click it open first, then find an inventory vehicle and click it open, so that way you get the green check mark. But if there's anybody out there, if there's anybody that is about to buy a Tesla, definitely consider using our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mass USA, Tamai/Vion, Jawa, Tesloid, and MAGBAK USA, all down below in the description. But on top of that, channel announcements on the channel. We've got this mystery box right here that we're giving away. Shout out to Vion for sponsoring. We'll be doing a giveaway for a Model Y accessory tomorrow, so definitely hit that subscribe, because in tomorrow's video I'll give you the exact instructions on how to actually join and win this special Vion prize giveaway for tomorrow for your Tesla Model Y. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.